I came home and my fibromyalgia started. I could not get out of bed. The pain was throughout my body. I couldn't lift my arms. My mom had to dress me. My mom had to brush my hair. I held the walls when I went to the toilet. I was sick. I went to the doctor and I told the doctor, Doctor, my fibromyalgia is back. I think after the COVID, it came back. He gave me a Schedule 7 drug. He said, Aisha, this is the strongest I can give you. If this doesn't help, I don't know what else will. This must help. Give it 3 days. By the 4th day, I was back at the doctor and I said, Doctor, it's not helping. I cannot take this anymore. He said, my girl, tell me what's happening in your personal life. And I explained to him. He said, okay, this is your conversion disorder setting in because you cannot show emotion. You are going through such a traumatic experience. You don't know whether you're still married or whether your husband is going to give you a talaq. So you are sitting with all this emotion, this emotional trauma, this abuse. You cannot come to grips with it. Cognitively, you understand it, but emotionally, you cannot show anything. There are no tears. You're supposed to break down. You're supposed to be angry with your husband for what he's doing to you. But you're speaking to me in an even tone. You're not showing any emotion whatsoever. I said, Doctor, I can't. I don't know how to. It's not coming. The tears are not coming. It's only pain. He said, because of your conversion disorder. Please go and sort out your marriage. You need to know where you stand. I went to my Titi and I said, Titi, please can't you help me? Can't you go speak to him? Please. I love him desperately, but I cannot continue like this. She said, my darling, as much as I sort out the problems of the family, you know that he is a man with a lot of pride. If I'm going to speak to him, he's going to cut his nose to spite his face. And he's going to give you a talaq. And I saw how happy you guys were at the beginning of your marriage. I don't want to see that. I said, I don't want it either. She said, then you have to go and speak to him. I went to, no, first I sent an email to him and I said, please, can you meet me after Arabic class at 9:15 at your home? Now I have a front door key, but I don't have a key to his room. I waited there in the lounge. It's not even a lounge, it's just an open space with a desk. I'm standing there. I'm half falling asleep already. It's past 11. He's not coming. I waited till 2:30 in the morning playing with the cat and it's just standing there. It's not coming. I went home and I'm praying that I'm not going to I mustn't get arrested anyway. Right. I knew because in the email I said, I have a feeling that you will make me wait until Qiyamah there and you will not come. But please, for the sake of my health, please come. He didn't come. I didn't know what to do. Then it was the eve of my 1-year anniversary. I thought, let me try again. Ya Rab, it's my anniversary. It's my 1-year anniversary. And I went there the evening before. And I was clever. I was naughty. I peeped through the keyhole and I saw his hand there. I saw his jilbab, so I know he's in there. I knocked on on the door, and no answer. I said, Sheikh, open the door, please. And now you must know I have pride because there's a family next door in the next room. They can hear me begging my husband to open the door for me. Nothing. I said, Sheikh, please, I don't want anything from you. I just need those 3 words. I just need you to say atalaqiyah. Nothing. I knocked for 15 minutes. I begged and pleaded. He just kept quiet. And then I went home and, I didn't know what to do. I told my sister, you know what? This man is not interested in anything. So then, past 2, he sent me a message. Past 2 the morning, he sent me a message. Wassalam, you brought back the mahar. What does that tell you? And you're asking me for talaq. Does that make sense? Relax your brain because I accepted your mahar. Shukran. So now I thought to myself, is that now that you accepting? Am I talaqed now? What? I sent that to my titi because she's a sheikha. She said, Shanaz, I really don't know whether this is valid. Send it to my son in Riyadh. He's a sheikh. He said, Auntie, I don't think this is valid, man. But let me just make sure with my Arabic sheikh, which is my husband's best friend. And it happens to be my nephew in Riyadh. It happens to be his friend as well. They studied together. And then he also said, no, man. He said, let me get a hold of my, he said, he's going to get a hold of my husband. And he said, listen, Sheikh, I can't get a straight answer out of my friend. But here's his number. So my nephew messaged him. He spoke in riddles. He did not give an answer whether I am a free woman or not. My nephew phoned from Riyadh. He told his brother here, that is also a sheikh, he said, please make an appointment with him and go and ask him. You can see in what state your aunt is in. You guys see how sick she is, but nobody made an effort to help and go and investigate as a family. Support her, please. So he went. And my husband was, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, habibi. Kayfa haluk? Like old friends, they talking. And then when it came down to business, then the arrogance came. And my nephew said it was typical cultural issues that he said when we eat, she's supposed to keep quiet. That's why I told her to shut up and not ask me questions of how the food is. Her mouth is like poison because how dare she compare me to my friends, asking me whether Sheikh so and Sheikh so will sit by me when their wives have corona. Her mouth is absolute poison. She has no respect for me as a husband. She wants me to bring her food when it's her duty to bring me food. So my nephew asked him, Ya Sheikh, where's your rahmah for your wife? She looked after you. You gave her COVID. He said, bring me a test showing that I had COVID. How dare she put my life in jeopardy and come and quarantine in my room? How dare she do that? I didn't give her anything. So my nephew said, Sheikh, just tell me, did you talaq her? Yes or no? He didn't answer. He said, tell me, is my aunt a free woman? Yes or no? He said, yes, she was a free woman the minute I accepted her mahar. So that was almost 2 months ago. So my 1 month iddah went through without me even knowing that I was under iddah. But it was spent in bed being sick the whole time. So I was a divorced woman. I was making Maghrib at the time when my nephew phoned me, and I was still begging Allah, please, please, let him say yes. He's going to give us another chance. My nephew sent me a voice note. I just listened to it. And okay, fine. I said, Alhamdulillah ala kulli hal. I accept whatever Allah's condition is for me. And then 15 minutes later, my sister came through, my titi, and her daughter, which is a psychologist. My sister came, she looked at me, and she hugged me. And I gave 3 sobs on her shoulder, because now it hit home, I am divorced. Ya Rab, society. What am I going to tell people? Another failed marriage. I was a mu'allima at the school. I was married to a sheikh, Ya Rab. You know his voice. I'm no longer going to be a part of the masjid. I was in the masjid every day. I'm losing so much. I shook the arsh of Allah yet again. Ya Rab. I was, you know, but look at this. I allowed myself 3 sobs, and then I stepped away and I went to my room. I sat on my bed, and wallahi al-azim, my legs were going up and down, up and down. I was shaking like a leaf. And my niece gave me 1 Elzam, and she said, Auntie, calm down. And I still laughed at her, and I said, you know what, baby, normally it's the other way around. I normally come when you have a crisis and I give you an Elzam, and here it's the other way around. And they said, may Allah put sabr on your heart and everything. And I just said yes. So all I did was shake. And that tablets made me sleep that night. But the fibroid was still there. And it was so sad. It felt like a janaza in the house, you know. And I can remember my son phoned me to ask me how am I feeling. And I said, baby, you know, my fibro is bad. So he said, Mommy, please, you're going to end up in hospital again. You're going to end up in a clinic for depression again. Please watch yourself. I said, no. This time I have the Quran with me. I'm sorry. I am not depressed. I am just in pain. So he said, you don't understand. The pain is so severe that it would cause you to be depressed because you cannot get up. You can't do anything for yourself. I said, Inshallah, I will prove you wrong. My other son, the one that sort of disowned me for a few months, he told me, Mommy, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. It is not our place to judge you. We will help you pick up the pieces and we will help mend you. We are here for you. Imagine the very family that I have thrown away for him came together and supported me through my divorce. It was unbelievable. You know, the guilt that I carried with me, and the embarrassment and the disappointment. I felt like such a failure. That another marriage, how am I going to explain this to everyone? How am I going to do this? Oh, and the tears wouldn't come. Nothing. Absolutely nothing came. I phoned my psychologist and I told him, Johan, I need to make an appointment. My fibro is back, which means I have unresolved issues, psychological, emotional issues, and I don't know how to get rid of it. I went in, sat with him, and I explained to him, how we started off, how happy I was, how he showed me how he washed me, how he showed me how to apply the makeup to my lips and my face and dress up and everything, and to brush my teeth, certain way to take wudu, certain way, even to wash me. Like he would scrub my skin, and I would tell him, no, Sheikh, please, see my skin is red already. Your skin is tougher than mine. And I just explained to my psychologist how much my husband loved me to do all of this. And he looked at me with, he tilted his head and a half smile. And he looked at me and he said, my girl, I'm so sorry. I owe you an apology. The day I met your husband, I can remember you were married for about 2 weeks. And you came and you told me you're off all your antidepressants and you're so happy. And you had an appointment with me, but in the parking lot, he insisted he wanted to come with because he wanted to be a part and hear what you were saying. He wanted to be a part of our conversation. And he said that he spoke 3/4 of the session. And there already, he thought there's something in this personality that I'm not quite comfortable about. And where is this vibrant, confident Shanaz that speaks her mind? She's quiet. I'm not liking this very much. But he said because it was just one visit, I couldn't really quite put my finger on it. But now I need to tell you, my girl, that wasn't love. That was not love. That was the ultimate control. He told you exactly how you needed to wash yourself for him. He asked me, you like a lot of a lot of toothpaste, don't you? Because you want to smell of toothpaste because it's a fresh smell. Do you want to stand 20 minutes and brush your teeth? Do you want to wear makeup every day? Do you want to be a trophy wife and doll yourself up? Do you want to scrub yourself till your skin is red? Do you want to be told shut up and keep quiet and not speak up for yourself? Do you not know that was the ultimate control? He groomed you. In my opinion, you married a narcissist. And I am not saying this lightly because I have studied personalities. You married a narcissist. He love bombed you from the word go. He listened to whatever you wanted in a husband, whatever you wanted in a marriage, how you wanted to be loved and cared for. And he love bombed you with all of that for 6 weeks. You didn't know how. It was just, for you it was heaven on earth. You couldn't get a better husband. And when you put one foot wrong, by just speaking up for yourself and saying that you want respect because you show respect. And then what happened? He withheld everything from you. He withheld all the love languages from you. He withheld the love from you, the saying I love you, hugging you, from wiping that cools over your body, from spending time with you, your drives, going to families, from staying the night with you. He abandoned you. That is his narcissistic undertones. He was a narcissist from the word go. I'm sorry, my love. You don't deserve this. I said, Johan, I was shocked to the core. You know, I shed probably about 2, 3 tears rolled down my cheek. And I said, what is wrong with me? How could I have been so naive? How could I have been so blind? I said, Johan, please book me in. I need help. I'm not depressed. But I need to work through what happened because I cannot take this pain anymore. I need it out of my body. I know what it was to be pain-free for a year. And now I'm back. He said, okay. Phoned by a psychiatrist, and I went into Crescent. And we started working on this. And you know what was it astounded me is that I'm sitting in each session. You know, you have your different sessions, working on your relationships, working on depression, working on love languages, so many different classes. And my tears would just roll. I was just immensely sad by my situation. And I blamed myself for being so stupid, for not seeing this, for being so naive. And then so the tears would roll, and I was so grateful, alhamdulillah, that I'm releasing this so that my pain can get less. And then we started discussing, and we analyzed my marriage, and he wanted me to break down, and he wanted me to sob, and I couldn't. I just couldn't, no matter how much we discussed the painful issues. So he gave me homework. He said, over the weekend, you open your phone, you go through each picture, each video, all your happy moments, and you write a love letter to yourself, and you write about what you felt when you met him and your wedding day and everything. I did it. Nothing came. That was the Saturday and the Sunday. The Monday, I saw Johan again, and I told him, Johan, you know what, this didn't come. And then we spoke about my childhood. And then we spoke about the fact that my dad left. My mom and my dad got divorced when I was 9 years old. And then that father figure, my dad was my world, and my other siblings were grown. And then I was hungry for a father figure, and my brother-in-law came into my life, and he became my father figure. And then other brother-in-law, and he became my father figure. You know, my one brother-in-law would bath me. He would brush my hair. He would help me with my homework. He would cover my books and everything. And that is how, somehow in my life, sexual abuse came about, which was also very, very traumatic. But the pattern that we that we came across is that the decisions I made was looking for a father figure, looking for protection, looking for someone to take care of me, to make me whole, someone to make me happy. So I was not happy within myself. I put everything into this marriage. So I made my husband the center of my world. Everything revolved around him. I did everything to please him, and that stemmed from my childhood. My psychologist said, Aisha, to me you look, you're 51, but emotionally you like a 14-year-old little girl, because you believe that marriage should be perfect, because you think before you speak. You don't want to hurt anyone. So no one should hurt you in return, because if you give that, you're supposed to get that. But marriage is not like that. You want it to be a fairy tale, and it's not like that. And when it doesn't work out like that, you emotionally, you can't handle that. You can't make sense why someone would treat you badly when you do your utmost not to do that. And that was so traumatic for me, to think that my childhood, my sexual abuse, my dad leaving me, up till today I am carrying that. I'm making decisions according to what happened in my childhood. That evening I went to bed saddened. I woke up in the middle of the night. I could not move. My fibromyalgia was so bad. I just started crying and crying and crying, because my body wouldn't function. I can't lift my arms. It's tearing. It's like my armpits are tearing. My roommate, I said, Jenny, please go and get the nurse. I can't get up. They brought I had my room service. I couldn't go to any of the sessions. I begged them for a doctor. They said they don't have a doctor, a GP on hand. I phoned my son. I said, I can't take this anymore. You a physio, come help me. Please come help me. And I said, they don't have a doctor here. He said, okay, mommy, just wait. I'll phone them now. Wallahi Lazim, within half an hour, GP was there. Gave me an injection, and the doctor doubled my sleeping tablet, and I slept through the night. And I was fine the next day. The pain was still there, but I could get out of bed. I could walk to my sessions again. Although I would sit and the tears would roll, because the pain is just too much. But look at what conversion or disorder is like. We had a hectic session the day before. It was so traumatic for me to make that correlation between my childhood and my marriages, and look at that. My body cried for me. The next day, I was fine. That was the Thursday. The Thursday afternoon, we had a session again, and it was a hectic session again. But you know what? It was amazing, man. It was profound to now realize I'm a good person. I'm a good wife. I did absolutely nothing wrong. He was the punisher, because I can remember asking him, are you Allah? You punish me every time by abandoning me. So he said, you need to be punished, because how else are you going to learn? With a child, if you want to punish a child, you withhold that sweet from him until he learns to behave. Then he gets that sweet back. So that is what I do with you. I said, yes, okay. So this mighty Sheikh is Allah, that he wants to punish me. And that Thursday, my psychologist made me understand that I did nothing wrong. I was the wife that tried everything in my power to make that marriage work. So I learned to get I took my confidence back. I learned that I am a good person. I have so much to offer. But due to his narcissistic behavior, he made me believe that I am the villain and that I am not good enough. And I am a poor excuse for a wife. And Alhamdulillah, I now know the difference. So that was also very, very painful to realize that for 1 year I believed that. For 1 year I had that emotional abuse and psychological abuse. And I got my divorce on the day of my anniversary. You know, a funny story. I have a best friend, also named Aisha. And she got married on my birthday. And when I told her that I've set the date for August, she said, hey, make it on my birthday. And luckily her birthday fell on a Friday because I wanted to do sunnah. So I got married on her birthday on a Friday. Do you know how hard sore it was to wish her on her birthday in August when it should have been the happiest day, the second happiest day of my life, because it had to be my anniversary. But it was the day of my talaq, and I didn't even know it. How sad is that? So I had this session with Johan, and I went to bed the Thursday evening. Friday, I was screaming of pain. I couldn't get out of bed again. I called my roommate Jenny. I said, Jenny, please just come sit behind me. Lift me up. Just push me up. I can't do anything. And I phoned my son again. I cried. And you know me, crying does not come easy to me. So I was sobbing like a baby. He told me, Mommy, please discharge yourself. Go to your GP. Made an appointment with my GP. I went in straight from Crescent. I went there. He gave me 2 injections and then, a prescription with a whole lot of meds. And I went home. So I came home sicker than what I left for Crescent Clinic. How strange is that?